Alright, so the last thing to add to this text is the dashed lines. Here at the edges of the text, you are going to be creating a custom brush for this effect. Create a new layer, select the brush tool, then choose this brush at the very top, the watercolor small round tip. This is how it looks right now, but you're going to be changing that in a minute. Open the brush panel and uncheck Dual Brush, Transfer, and Wet Edges. Next, go to Brush Tip Shape and increase the spacing quite a bit. This is how it looks now, but you are not done yet. Obviously, you need a hard brush, so reduce the hardness to 0. By the way, you can control the brush size by holding Alt or Option, right-clicking on the mouse, and drag left and right to control the size, or up and down to control the hardness. With that done, you need to adjust the angle and the thickness of the brush. Basically, you need to make it look like a stitched line as much as possible. Keep playing with the size and spacing until it looks good on the text. Lastly, you are going to go to Shape Dynamics and change the angle, jitter control, and direction. That will make the brush tip follow the angle of the movement. This is how it's going to look on the text, but obviously you're not going to paint this manually. It's not going to look great no matter how good you are with the brush. Instead, I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. First, you need to load the selection of the text. Hold Ctrl and click on the thumbnail of the text layer. Then go to Select, Modify, Contract, and contract the selection by 15 pixels. Then go to the Paths panel and click on the Make Work Path from Selection icon. That will convert the selection into a path. What you can do now is right-click on the path, choose Stroke Path, and then in the drop-down menu, choose a brush tool and click OK. As you can see, the brush stroke is perfectly following the path. You won't stroke the text. You can leave the text with the white color as it is if you like it, but I'm going to undo this instead and change the color into a bright orange color. Then do it again. Okay, that looks good. One thing you can do to the stitch stroke is to add a very subtle drop shadow that will give it a little bit of depth. Next, give it a texture by selecting Pattern Overlay and then choose this texture. Change the blending mode to multiply and decrease the scale quite a bit. Now we have some realistic stitching to our denim text effect. In the next video, I'll show you how to take it one step further and finish off this image.